Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Harrison Graham for Chat Sports. This is For Verts, an NFL and college football show, and lots of NFL news flying around last night, this morning, on into the afternoon, and I thought I'd react to some of the top stories. If you missed our Matt Judon trade reaction as he got shipped out to Atlanta, go check that out. Hit the subscribe button and go to the content tab. Another trade went down last night, certainly not as significant of one, but the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants pull off a rare interdivision trade as the Cowboys sent a 6th-round pick to New York for Jordan Phillips, a defensive tackle, and a 7th-round pick in return, both picks in 2026. You see this now a lot of times leading up to roster cutdown day, that you see these 6th for 7th round pick swaps with a kind of fringe roster player. Dallas looking to beef up that defensive line a little bit as Mike Zimmer takes over as the defensive coordinator. Will Mazi Smith take that next step? We'll see. This probably hedges for that just a little bit. They also went out and signed Carl Lawson, one of the top edges remaining in free agency. I think he visited and worked out for the Cowboys last week, and now they add him to the fold. So the Cowboys, who their owner/GM Jerry Jones, infamously now I might say, said that they would be all in this year. Well, I don't know if this is all in, but I think these are solid moves. You get some defensive line depth. Come playoff time, you're going to need to be physical in the trenches. Lawson has a history of being a solid pass rusher. He was banged up last year. We'll see if he can bounce back. Phillips is a guy who can eat up some blockers in the run game as well. They lost Sam Williams earlier in training camp, so they needed to add an edge rusher, which Lawson provides. And obviously Phillips there in the middle helps as well. Their defensive tackle position's been a little hit and miss in recent years, but I like Odigizua, and now you add Phillips also. Mazi Smith, kind of the wild card, 1st-round pick from last year. Now, the big storylines around Dallas, kind of more of the same. CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, no new deals for any of them. Lamb's holdout continues, so no update there on if and when he's going to get a contract extension. Jerry Jones did admit that his comment about them not being in a rush to get a deal done was probably speaking out of turn. Said they do miss CD, but in terms of getting an actual contract done, nothing appears imminent on that front. Dak and Parsons, who are at training camp, they haven't gotten new deals either. Obviously, Prescott entering the final year of his current contract. I kind of think he's chilling because he knows he's getting paid regardless, whether it's from Dallas or someone else after this year. And then Micah's a year behind Lamb in terms of he's only played 3 years. CD has played 4. So, I think he's kind of acting in good faith right now, playing this out. But I guarantee you this, he will not be at camp next year if he still hasn't gotten a new deal. All right, we're going to shift to a major injury update in just a moment. But we also have an Instagram page here, For Verts, at For Verts IG on Instagram. If you want to give us a follow over there, that would really help us grow on that platform, posting daily posts, stories, Instagram reels, stuff like that. So give us a follow over there. DMs are open as well. If you have any questions, fire away. It's at For Verts IG on Instagram. Okay, Matt Milano, who is a bit of a controversial player in the NFL. Some would call him dirty, but certainly a cornerstone piece for the Buffalo Bills defense, and they missed him last year. He suffered a major injury, I think week 4, week 5, missed the entire year, comes back. They're kind of banking on him this year because they lost a lot of key veterans due to salary cap reasons this offseason. Well, he just ripped up his bicep, tore his bicep, and could miss the whole season. They're hopeful for a December return. You'd rather have a major arm injury than knee, so maybe there's a shot he returns for a playoff push, but that would be at the earliest and best case scenario, and this is a major blow to the Bills. I mean, there's just no way around it. This is a team that's kind of in a transition year. I still am high on. I don't think they're a major Super Bowl contender, but I still think they're the team to beat in that division. But losing Milano really hurts. There's no question about it. They were going to bank on his veteran leadership and play with some of the guys that they lost on that defense, especially in the secondary. And for a younger team to lose a 30-year-old linebacker, that's one of your better players, that stings. So we'll see if he's able to return later this year. We'll see if Buffalo makes an addition at linebacker, but he's going to be out for a while And the Bills are kind of in an important year. I mean, again, they obviously are in a bit of a transition year, but, we want to see if this kind of new era look of the Bills, who still have Josh Allen, obviously, but have added several young players, Keon Coleman, James Cook should be in line for a bigger role offensively. Can they still be the team to beat in the AFC East? I think they are, but losing Matt Milano certainly does not help in that regard. All right, quick update on Justin Simmons, as some internet reports, kind of rumors would suggest that the Falcons have emerged as the favorite to sign him. He visited both New Orleans and Atlanta late last week into early this week. And the Falcons, of course, made their big move yesterday to get Matt Judon, but they followed that up by restructuring Chris Lindstrom's contract, which freed up over $12 million, which means they could go sign Simmons. And there was even a report out there that a deal was being finalized. Now, it wasn't from one of the big shots like Schefter or Rappaport or even one of the local Atlanta guys. So, I'm not running with that at this point, but momentum seems to be shifting in the direction that he is going to end up in Atlanta, even if he hasn't quite yet. But depending on when you're watching this, maybe that deal has gone down. Atlanta's making moves. There's no question about it. When you add Matt Judon and potentially Justin Simmons, two starters at worst, guys who have been all-pro caliber players who are probably past their prime but still very good, in mid-August, that's pretty significant. Usually additions this time of year are like like trading for Jordan Phillips, right? Like a guy that can help you but not a huge needle mover. This is two needle movers. Like, you needed a pass rusher, you go get Matt Judon. I don't even know if you need Justin Simmons, but to pair him with Jesse Bates gives you maybe the best safety tandem in the NFL. I like it. I like it. I still question what Atlanta's ceiling is as a team, but if Kirk Cousins is healthy, the offense should be solid. They're loaded at all three positions, both skill spots and the offensive line. And the defense, if you get Simmons too, is pretty complete at all three levels. So I think they got to win the NFC South. They're a heavy favorite there at this point, but to potentially be a factor in the NFC as well. That's the question we all want to know. Kirk Cousins has won one career playoff game, but this might be the most talented team he's played on. We'll see if that works out and if he looks good coming off the Achilles tear. All right, appreciate everybody for tuning in to this episode of For Verts. Be sure to follow me on or follow us on social media on Instagram. For Verts IG is the handle. Give us a follow over there, and of course subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys soon with more NFL and college football coverage.